Okay, here's your quick tip. One of our video students sent me an email asking about the Value 5 palette. That's the gray palette I use in the demonstrations for our video lessons, our online video lessons. There's not, the gray palette is really not available readily in the art supply stores online, but really you can make your own and it really is beautiful, works best. What you need are a piece of glass, some foam core or mat board, and these materials, the gesso, black acrylic, something to mix it in, something to scoop it and mix with, a little foam brush for painting it on, hot glue gun, and you're all set up. So why do you need all this stuff? Well, here's the final product, and then I'll show you how to get there. Here, this is for my field easel palette, and you can see it's just a piece of glass sitting inside the palette area. Underneath it is the foam board that's coated with the gray gesso, and that's what I want to show you about. Now, simply mix gesso. I won't go through that. I think everybody would know how to do that. Mix gesso, mix black acrylic paint into gesso until you get it at a value 5. Now you need a value scale for telling that. I've got value scales on our eStore line, free for you to download. You might have this little gray finder, but value 5 is that middle value, and if you have the value 5 palette, it makes it easier then to see the various values of the colors that you're mixing. So let me get this stuff out of the way, show you a few little precautions and the way to go about this. Step 1, you might say, is to coat the foam core with the mixture of value 5 acrylic and gesso on both sides. If you coat only one side, it's going to bow a little bit, so cut it on both sides. If the mixture, if your gesso brand is kind of thin, you'll need to give it 2 coats. If it's a thicker gesso like the Utrecht gesso, it will be just fine, probably 1 coat. But that's the first step. The second step, hardware store and a piece of glass the size you want, the size of the palette you want. Here's the thing, you know glass will cut you. So before working with it, take this sandpaper. This is the emery cloth and it's 180 grit. And let me just move this stuff and just put this on the edge right here. And you simply give it nice little swipes on the corner, and get the corners really, really good because that can cut you, and on the top and bottom of the edge of the glass. And of course I've already gone through this one. And then give it a gentle test with your fingers to be sure that there are no sharp edges left there or no sharp areas which can cut you. Then once your coated foam core or board, let's just call it board. Once your board is dried, you know the rest of the story. You simply put the glass on top of the board like that. Now, if you sized it to fit inside the palette, inside a palette, then you can slide it inside the palette, take your hot glue gun and glue a drop glue around the edges all the way around. That will secure it inside the palette. Or if you want to just work with it like this, you can take the hot glue and glue right around the edges, right here, just like that, and that will hold it really, really tight. It has kind of a natural adherence. Once you put the glass on top of the board, you see it doesn't really want to drop off. So adding that little bit of glue around the edges there should do it. Makes a wonderful palette to work on, easy to clean, and so it doesn't cost very much. So there's your quick tip.